through diabetes. Communication, a healthy relationship. What do you guys think makes a strong mother-daughter, stepmother-daughter, parent-child relationship? What to you signifies a strong relationship? Yeah?
Respectful communication.
Respectful communication. Okay, so I think we're hearing that not all communication is respectful. So communication and breaking it down to the way that you communicate. What else? What else goes into a strong mom-daughter bond? Trust. Okay, and does trust go one way or is trust bilateral? It's two ways. So what are ways that, girls, daughters, what are ways that you can feel that you trust your mom? How would you know? Like, oh, this is a trustworthy mom versus this is a debatably trustworthy mom. What do you guys think? How does trust go both ways? Moms, you can answer as well. Yeah.
I know for us, she has to trust that I'm not going to react in certain ways regarding her diabetes.
Absolutely. So there's a huge source of trust when you're going to say, I'm struggling with something, or this is hard for me, or I'm not sure what to do, and trust that the person that you're telling doesn't jump down your throat and say, gosh, how can you not know what to do? You da-da-da-da-da, you know. So yeah, that's hugely great and trust. What else goes into a strong mom-daughter bond?
Not always having to be right.
No. Yes, absolutely. So knowing to give and take. And why is that a hard one for moms and daughters in particular?
Because we're always
Why do you guys think? Why is that particularly challenging?
I think as a mom we feel more superior.
Yeah. And so we can identify that the power dynamic in this relationship is unequal. It's not an equal power situation. However, there has to be mutual trust and mutual respect. And so realizing when you're not an expert mom about everything, because it's not happening to you, versus daughters realizing when your parents potentially do have your best interests at heart, even if it's not what you want to hear. But that unequal relationship means that it's hard to find that balance of power. What else? Yeah.
Feeling like you're on the same team, you're working towards the same thing, you're not working against each other, you're supporting each other.
Absolutely. And so being on the same team kind of means that you have the same goal. And a lot of times with moms and daughters, there are some big goals that you guys have the same. Like, I don't know, you want a happy future. That usually most people get behind that. I don't really ever hear a teenager say, no, I want a very unhappy future. But how it plays out is different depending on what side of the relationship you're on. Because the things that moms may see as contributing to a happy future may be different than what daughters feel like is contributing to a happy present. Those can be very different. So being on the same team, what else? What about anything diabetes specific in building a healthy mom-daughter relationship around diabetes? Yeah.
I feel like security, like I know this person can help me if I'm well, and I trust them.
So again, trust and the feeling of security. Like, I know that this person has my back, and I know that if I need them, they know exactly what to do. I don't have to worry that the person with me doesn't know how to take care of me if I need it. What else? Yeah?
Communication.
Good communication. What's good communication?
Communication.
Communication, yes. And communication can be a challenge when people are busy, when people want to start not communicating for whatever reason, feeling overwhelmed, feeling stressed out, or developing your sense of self. What's the big word that we use for, we use a bunch of words, but what is the big word that we use for what happens in adolescence? Developing, independence, autonomy, making your own decisions about your life. And we want you to do that as moms. Of course we do, because then we know and we trust that you can do that when you're an adult. But we also want you to listen to what we want. So
advocating for the child, because I have, like, that's what my role is. And for me, especially being diagnosed as a 17-year-old who's moved out of my parents' house, I've always been really independent and, like, been annoying to me, honestly, because I got out of place where I could take care of myself. But there was one mom who, like, made a really good point that I really loved, that her daughter was, like, 23, and it was such a huge job. For the girls, like, your mom just wants to help you out because it is such a huge burden. So, like, for that 23-year-old, or for me, like, I take care of all my own stuff, but it's like, I'm just overwhelmed, and I'm like, can you go to the pharmacy for me, or can you just, like, nice to vacation for the day, and you, like, take responsibility, like, for my diabetes, and remind me to check this, and I just, like, don't want to deal with it. So, like, there can, like, it is nice to have someone there. Like, it does get annoying when you, like, want to be independent, but it's such a huge responsibility, and such a huge burden that it is nice to have a parent, like, on your team. Absolutely. That can help you out when you want.
And girls, as you grow up, these relationships change, and so your moms will always be there, and they'll join, you know, new people into your support systems, and your partners, and your significant others, if that's what you do, or your best friends, if that's what you do, and they will then become a part of your diabetes team and really help when you need help and you say you need help. So, all right, so are these kinds of things that you guys gave, which is actually, you're going to see my list, you can get them all, are they age dependent? Do they shift? Do they change across development? In what way?
Less responsibility for the parent and more for the child, and vice versa. The situation.
So the responsibilities shift as people age. Yeah, what else about the relationship?
The older the daughter gets, the more dependent she is, so a lot of times it's like, if the decision you make is your own and then you mess up, it's sometimes harder to ask for help.
Absolutely. And so from the perspective of well, let's say moms out there, have you guys ever, it happens to us probably, well, maybe it happens with the mom too, but like accidentally over-bolus, and then like, oh my God, and then like, especially in the older days when you gave it and then it was for a long time, and then you're like trying to feed your child because you're like, how did I just put 100 units in, you know, whatever that is. We've heard that. It's your responsibility, so you're mad at yourself. But that goes back to the relationship, because then when your daughters are growing up and are in their development and they make the mistake, then they're mad at themselves. And then sometimes who else is mad at them? Then you're mad at them because you're scared and you're worried. And so that comes up and that shifts as they live on. And so obviously, and you guys didn't even have to say this because it was so obvious, love, and there's lots of love in this room, is a really important part of a healthy relationship. And so what we want to do with you today is so we want to talk about empathy. Sure. So what is empathy?
I'm going to turn it back over to you guys. Anybody know? Are you feeling your hurt?
No. What is empathy? So empathy is a strong part of it. It kind of goes beneath all of the things that you guys already said. So it helps build a relationship, because without it, you can't do any of those things that you share. So what is empathy?
Feeling the other person's feeling as well. You know, the person's hurt. You can do that. You can understand it.
Understanding of the other person's experience. What else? Is it sympathy? No? Why not?
Sorry for them. For someone to understand from their perspective. The ability to try and understand from their perspective.
Okay, so sympathy is kind of when you're sitting on one side and you say, gosh, I am so sorry. You know, that's really horrible. But empathy, you're really trying to understand and almost walk in their shoes as much as you can. We know that we can't do this 100%. We know that. We know that, and this is why these kinds of events are so wonderful, because you meet other people that have diabetes. You get to say, you get it. And maybe not every diabetes is the same. We know no diabetes is the same as another diabetes, but you could at least say, you sort of get it. You sort of get it. But having people around you that also get it is a really important thing to have. And it's hard with moms and daughters because you guys each have your own role. You guys are both on one side. You're playing the tennis game together, but oftentimes you're on different sides of the net because you each have your own specific role, and that's great. But it's also sometimes important to switch roles and see how it feels to be serving from the other side. So we want to encourage that. Who's ever heard of Cards Against Humanity? Super inappropriate. We're not going to play it. It's not inappropriate. If you haven't heard of it, Mom, it's coming. It's coming. So this is the opposite. We're going to be playing Cards for Humanity today. And basically, the goal of today's game is to walk a mile. I'm going to walk a minute in the other person's shoes. Okay? So we're going to give you scenarios. And what we want is, we'll pose the scenario, we'll read it out loud, you guys, it'll be up there. We want all of you simultaneously, quietly as you can, to work out the scenario. Moms, you'll be cued when it's your scenario and you're role playing. And then, daughters, we'll ask you how the mom is feeling in that situation. And then you guys do this together, and then we'll elicit some responses from the group. We won't be able to get every single person, but we want you guys to act these out together. Everyone clear about the rules? Yeah. All right. So, to the moms.
The moms. All right, guys. So we want the moms to get into the daughters' heads right now, and you guys are going to act this out with your partners. It's 3 p.m., and all of your friends are planning to get ice cream at Foster Fruit. Well, if you feel like your blood sugar is low, so you find the nearest blood sugar meter.
You have to do it. You really have to stand up. Go get, if you don't have any in your purse, you go into the back of the room. You have to do it. Yeah. What? Take check. Or you can check if you're fine with that.
Still too low. And act as the daughter and go through this scenario together, and we'll see how you felt afterwards.
You have to do it. You really have to stand up. Go get, if you don't have any in your purse, you go into the back of the room. You have to do this. Yeah. What? Take check. Or you can check if you're fine with that. Yes, here's the upper finger. All right, what else? Yeah.
My mom said her fingers are really hurt, and then she didn't want to drink the juice, but I had to make her.
Yeah, her blood sugar was low. She didn't have a choice. Yeah.
My mom dropped her.
She dropped it out because it hurt so bad? All right. Yeah? Tiana? You were stretching? Yeah. Yeah.
My mom was kind of like fumbling through my bag. She wasn't sure exactly where to find everything.
So her mom was fumbling to try to find everything and didn't exactly know where everything was. And yeah.
She was complaining about the taste of the sugar, which is good because now she knows that when you're low, most of the time you don't want to eat that sugar.
Absolutely. So complaining, I saw a couple. Actually, I'll wait. I'll let mom share what their experience was. Yeah.
We were using the spare tickets that they just passed out today at the beautifying station, and she put it in upside down. Then I'm like, no, Mom, it goes in this way, and she put it in backwards. And then she was trying to put the blood in from the top, and I'm like, Mom, it goes in this side.
She must have been really low. She must have been really well. Yeah. All right, Mom. How was that experience for you?
Okay, I really love to eat. But being forced to eat is not very fun.
So being forced to eat
It is not fun. And I never really realized that because I know Katie likes to eat too because she's my daughter. And she likes sweets like I do. And so it's miserable having to eat when you have to.
And was it an emotional experience for you?
Yeah, it really was. I've never done that before.
no matter how delightful the treat is, in our house it's Skittles, and my stepdaughter and I will always say, can we have some Skittles too? Oh, like, I don't want to have to go buy more Skittles, but no matter how delightful it is, it's not fun to do it when you have to do it. And orange juice doesn't really taste good when you're low. It just doesn't, right? So what else? Moms, other experiences?
I echo David's comments. I think I can eat anything anytime, especially PS3. And I'd always dipping into them often. And I really don't want to eat. And I was like, really? And more? And like, wow. And I often with kids though, and I'm like, yeah, there's all this good stuff. You know, you get to eat whatever it is. And I was like, oh my goodness, I was like bowing to take it now. I was like, I have such appreciation for you having to eat all this crap. But I do, you know, even if it's good stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I love this scenario because it's free ice cream. You're getting prepared for ice cream. And you're shoving your closer.
Yeah.
I was imagining that I wanted to go somewhere, right? And it really feels like such a hassle to do all this stuff and set a timer and wait, because I don't have to do that all the time. She has to do that all the time. I never really put myself in that position.
So feeling like no matter what is going on, this is something extra that you have to do, and something that you didn't ask for, and that you didn't want to do. And now someone's saying, do it, now.
And makes your stomach hurt. I would eat all that stuff.
And
it's only 10 grams. I have another pound.
yeah. So, and you set your timer. Who forgot to set their timer? I saw a lot of you set your timer. And then who forgot to go for the second round? Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Did anybody text their friends to tell them that they were going to be 30 minutes late too? Maybe they wouldn't be there, maybe they wouldn't even be there.
You texted Dad.
I usually log up with my okay, that's going to be good. I almost choked on it.
You almost choked on it? So what about, a lot of moms, you guys are saying this, I'm hearing this over and over again. What about being forced to eat is the unpleasant piece? Yeah.
Well, I felt like I didn't have autonomy over my own body. Like, I couldn't make decisions about what I wanted to do with my body. I was forced to do something regardless of what my desire was.
So you didn't have control over something that is so natural for you to control. Your body, your appetite, your time, your space. And you had someone, you guys all had a lot of people, including me, kind of shouting at you, like physically violating your space, saying, no, eat more. And, Mom, how often are you told to do stuff? Now, do it now. Not more, get more. It doesn't feel good, and it doesn't feel good as a teen either. What else? Yeah.
My finger hurts.
Your finger hurts. Yeah. And sometimes it ricochets back, or sometimes it hits a little bit of a nerve. And you know what? I forgot. My husband has this one. You guys probably all know my husband. But and I'll check my blood sugar periodically, and I'll say, ow, and he said, I have no sympathy for you. I have no sympathy for you. I'm like, fair enough. Like, you do this 5 to 10 times a day, depending on the day. You don't have to have any sympathy for me. What else? I saw another hand raised. Yeah.
Well, I think after all these years, we think we know how to do this. I mean, I haven't had to do it for long, obviously, but just the awkwardness of, oh my gosh, where's this, where's that? How does this fit in here, whatever. So.
Yeah. And I saw a lot of you guys kind of panic, moms, like looking at the purse, like, oh, wait, I have to get up and go back there. Like, there's nothing in here. Did you get low? Or like, where's the meter? I saw meters flying and dropping. And you weren't even really low. So this is a simulation. Let's be careful not to say, oh, we know exactly what you feel like now. However, it's a good simulation to feel like, oh my God, I was panicked, and this was a 30-second or a minute and a half exercise of me walking in your shoes.
Well, in my regular parenting role as mom, I know I'm telling her all the time. It just takes a few seconds to slow down, but it's important. But I know, even personally, I hate being late, especially when I work.
Yeah.
So imagine that.
And I love that you tied in this layer of people are waiting for you. People are depending on you. These are your friends. They're the most important thing to you right now at this time in your life. And on top of feeling like you're letting your parent down because you're arguing or you're upset or you don't want to do it right now, you're letting your friends down because you're running late and diabetes is getting in the way of something that you just should feel normal. Like you just get up and you go to get your ice cream.
On the other end of the spectrum, I sometimes get low blood sugars. So we have had this conversation with Melissa, and she's seen me when I'm low because I'll be shaking and she'll help lead her through me and bring me whatever I need. But it's really hard sometimes when you're low to satisfy and to feel like you're okay. So it's like there's a tendency to over carb because you're feeling so crappy.
Yeah.
So since I've had that experience, at least on that part of it, I've had more empathy and know what she's feeling because I felt it myself.
Absolutely, and we talked about that a little bit in our session of this, like, you want to eat the whole refrigerator in the middle of the night because your body's saying sugar, 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 sugar. And then your parent or your wife or your mom or someone is like, hey, you need all of the Oreos. You just need 3. Put the Oreos down. And it's like, get away from my All right, let's switch. We're gonna have another mom session to the girl.
Alright, so it's 5 p.m. and you haven't heard from your daughter all day long. She was supposed to be home 20 minutes ago. She had her insulin pump with a low reservoir lunch this morning, but you didn't say anything because you didn't want to be naggy, and so you just let her go and you didn't remind her to refill it. And now you're not sure that she has insulin with her. You find a cell phone, you call her up, and she doesn't answer.
All right. So daughters, you guys are now acting that out, and let's say that your mom's in the room. Let's say that they're actually your significant other. So either the dad or whoever is in your home, and you're talking to them about this experience. Your daughter's not there. You don't know where she is. She's not answering her phone, and she didn't have insulin when she left this morning. Okay, starting with the moms this time. What did you notice? What is your fake mom? What is your daughter? How are they reacting to that? Yeah.
She had no sympathy. She didn't even want to look for the daughter.
All right. Any other reactions? Yeah.
I thought it was a little melodramatic. I don't think I act like that.
Okay. All right. Over the top. So noticing that maybe they were being melodramatic, or maybe that's how it feels when they're on the receiving end of that interchange. Because we didn't even play it out, but let's just pretend that the daughter walks through the door at that moment, and you've already sent however many text messages and phone calls.
And called the police.
And called the police, and called the neighbors, and called the neighborhood watch, right? All right, what else? Yeah.
I think that I would use a nice approach. Hi, leave a voicemail. Hi, Katie, Mom. And I said, how long do you think I wait before texting you and calling? 10 seconds? And I didn't think I would be cursing that much, Katie.
Okay, so you were surprised at how the affect came.
I used a nice approach, and 10 seconds on, I started raising my voice.
All right, so moms are maybe picking up on the daughters clearly over-exaggerating what might happen in this situation. Daughters, what did it feel like? Like, beyond the melodramatics, what did it feel like imagining that the person that you cared most about in the world had vanished without insulin? Yeah.
I'm really worried, and I had no idea what to do.
You were really worried and had absolutely no idea what to do. You felt powerless? Like, no matter what I do, I'm not going to be able to figure this situation out? What were you worried would happen?
I don't know, that she would be really high and not know what to do and not have a choice and be miserable.
Yeah. So you were worried about how she was feeling. Other daughters? Yeah.
I tried to be nice and not nag her, but now I can't tell her when she comes home, but I told her so.
Okay. So you were trying your best to not to be nagging. And so, daughters, it's hard for you, I'm sure. It's hard to actually do this because you're like, I want to show my mom how it should be done, versus how she might actually be doing it. But you were trying not to nag. Then you realized that you probably would want to be like, what are you doing when you come home? But you knew you couldn't do that. Why not?
Because I didn't warn her in the morning before she left.
Oh, so you felt some responsibility, it sounds like. You felt like it was a little bit your fault.
I guess, because I knew she didn't have enough influence for the rest of the day.
And you didn't remind her.
Yeah.
And so other daughters, did you feel a little bit like it was your fault and your responsibility? Yeah? You did? And then did you feel like if something bad happened, that would be your fault too?
I didn't remind her.
So it's your job to remind her. So daughters, now real life daughters, I mean, can you understand that sometimes your parents, your moms are reacting because they feel like it's their fault, that it's their responsibility, and they let you down by not nagging? Like, whoa, like blows your mind. You're like, wait a minute, I was not nagging because I was trying to be a good mom, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, now they're in a crisis, and I didn't nag, so I'm not a good mom. Can you guys understand that, daughters?
Yeah.
What else did you guys feel? Who felt panicked or like really worried?
Yeah.
Semi, sort of. Who felt like, whatever, she's fine. Okay. So you got some of that too? Yeah? All right. Back to the mom.
Hi guys. Tonight is prom, and you have the dress of your dreams. You do not know your date well, and you're not sure how he'll feel about your insulin pump, but you put on the pump on under the dress. It's easy to see you don't like it. Mom has your cell phones under your shirt today. You decide to go on with this for prom. At the table, you realize that you're not used to using an insulin pen, and you actually forgot to pen tip. You're having a wonderful time at prom, and you don't want to miss a minute of this once-in-a-lifetime event.
And then the daughters, you guys are the friends that are sitting, or the date, either the date or the friends, whatever you want to be, sitting at the table with your mom, who are your daughters. Go. What was that like for you? Was it an awesome prom? Yeah.
Well, I had a really good friend who advised me to just call my mom.
So you had a really supportive friend that said, come on, call your mom.
And I didn't want to. I was really resistant, but she was a really good friend, and she persisted.
Awesome. All right, what else?
My boyfriend didn't even know what type 1 diabetes was.
What? You had to start from scratch and tell him all about it? Wait, you
even interested.
He wasn't interested?
No, he's supposed to skateboard.
Wait, were other... This is skateboards a problem? I know. Is there music? All right, yeah.
My friend just told me not to eat and to dance a lot.
Okay, so that $200 meal that's sitting there, delicious, that's sitting in front of you that you've been excited about, you're just going to have to skip and go dance because you don't have your insulin. Yeah.
Yeah, we were actually at the prom, and my friend was like, no, we're going to be dancing.
All right. So you guys, and so you were not supported, and they were doing their own thing because they were already in the mix. So what did you do? How did you feel?
So then we called my mom.
You did?
Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
I hated it.
Why?
And my mom hated it.
Why?
I should call my mom.
When? At prom?
And
Okay. Yeah.
We called my mom, and then she wanted to come inside.
And how did that feel?
Let's go.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, who's mom? Come on, all of these are super cool moms. I see you. You want to come down the dance floor, bringing your insulin to you, doing the shuffle. Yes. So wait a minute. So your mom, she was worried about how you might react because you might be angry.
Yeah.
And you are here. So, and a day, like a prom day, is it like a normal day? Do you wake up in the morning at like 12 and then, you know, watch TV for a little while and then quickly get ready to go to prom? Is that how prom days go? We just had prom day in our house last weekend. So prom day started at 8 a.m. in our house.
Wow.
And there were all of these weird appointments. I don't even know what they were about. And there was all kinds of kerfuffle. And then there was meeting at 3 for pictures somewhere. And then there was transportation issues. And then they locked the elevator. They're not allowed to leave prom or come up to prom. Everyone at prom at 8 p.m. had to stay until midnight. So there was no ups or downs at the fancy hotel. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously they can go out if there's an emergency, but they wanted to avoid hotel parties. So if the elevator was locked, Mom, how would you feel having to flag down security to unlock the elevator, telling the principal or the dean that you needed your mom to come upstairs when nobody was allowed upstairs or downstairs in the middle of everybody dancing and eating dinner? But how would you feel? Yeah. You would feel okay with that? Okay. So some people would feel like, that's awesome, that's fine, I got this. Yeah. How would other people feel? Yeah. Yeah. So you'd be worried. You would definitely be worried about her. But the mom, the pretend mom, no, I'm sorry, pretend daughter, how are you feeling about your mom having to interrupt prom? Embarrassed. Super embarrassed. And what else? Your date doesn't know that you have diabetes. How are you feeling? Yeah. Anxious?
Well, prom, I mean, you're almost, you guys are almost an adult.
So
you think you feel younger than you are.
So feeling childish or dependent or feeling silly that you forgot this stuff, like you should have it all together. You're probably feeling overwhelmed and busy because you had a big long day to get up to this prom. What else? Maybe some of you moms that were pretending to be daughters, maybe some of you earned privileges to go to prom. Maybe you had shown how responsible you were and how you were really honest and open, and then you go to prom and you totally dropped the ball and forgot your insulin. How are you feeling now? Because you earned it. All right, sheepish? Yeah. All right, the girl.
Your daughter asks you if she can go on a weekend trip with her friends tomorrow to a cabin in the woods with no cell phone.
Nope.
Well, we only care to know you know nothing about diabetes. It's been a rough week. Both you and your daughter have woken up at night to many low alerts on the CGM. Your daughter tends to sleep really soundly, and you're not sure that she'll wake up to an alarm at night. Plus, she'll be doing lots of hiking during the day.
All right, so girls, you guys are the moms, and now you're talking to your daughter about the camping trip, okay?
Because if my daughter really wanted to go, she'd know that I would go with her.
Awesome.
And watch her.
Both going camping. That sounds like an invitation. Yeah. Okay, we have 2 moms that are going camping with. All right, yeah?
I said that I'm not really comfortable with someone not knowing what to do or what not to do. I like what to do if she runs slow or if she runs high. So I had not trusting the people to do it. So I wanted to come also.
Wait, 3 for 3, man. This is a family camping trip. Yeah.
I don't know, because they're beautiful service, and the school only for really like that is a nice workout, but all this time that what's up downhill and
Oh my God, did you guys hear that over there? So she said no way, no how, no shape or form. And daughter said, that's fine, I'll just ask Dad and he'll let me go. All right.
I told my daughter that if she really wanted to go, she would have to teach the people there what to do. So the people who were there with her would know what to do. Also, she's
almost an adult.
Okay. So you gave her some rules and you gave her some specifics that she had to follow in order to gain your trust. Yeah.
Let's play on a scenario that we actually had right after when we were kind of friends invited her to Capitol. And she, and they were noting, they knew that she worked like about 2 hours and she could extract the blood glucose. And they did that, and they were very well-meaning, but she was so exhausted, she just put it in her mouth, and they thought it was okay.
Oh my gosh.
And then the next morning she took the blood.
Oh my gosh.
So, this, I mean, this kind of thing is a real reason for, but she said, okay.
She said you could go ahead. She said that's fine. So, yeah. So you set up a bunch of rules and ground rules, and if she met those, then she would earn privileges to go.
They're really good rules.
They were, yeah, what were your rules?
She had to practice with her watch that she never required while there was that alarm.
Mm-hmm.
And she had practice with every 2 hours at night,
Mm-hmm.
the night before. And if she could, then she could go, but if she couldn't, then she had to go.
So she had to show you that she was going to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
And like be able to test if she was real.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to talk to the parents, and then she was going to do the dishes for a week, and she loved it so much. But then she started texting, so I grounded her.
Like you're trying to have this conversation. And Katie noticed a couple of times that that your guys' body language really changed in these exercises. What did you notice?
Like some people were embracing each other. We saw other people with closed arms, getting separated, creating distance. Everything was getting more heated. It was really interesting to watch though throughout the room, either the closeness or the separation that was happening too. So that's something to think about too. Or when you're trying to bargain and coming together in physical touching too, of one's over trying to connect because they have those touches or receive.
And fake daughters, real mothers, how did that feel for you? Yeah.
Well, I tried making some suggestions, you know, if those are what we're worried about, could we set a different temp basal for while I was there, run a little higher, since I'm going to be in situations where lows are the risk.
Mm-hmm.
Could I go to a you know, there's probably a Starbucks somewhere by there. Could I go there and, you know, at least send something through email here? No, she was going to dig a hole and put me in it.
She wanted to dig a hole and put
But I was grounded.
Okay. All right. She wasn't even listening to your really good suggestions. So you didn't feel heard, sounds like. Yeah, and almost punished. You were in that hole. Yeah.
Well, I just want to say I love this exercise because she kept saying no, 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 no. No matter how I please going, oh, is this the joint actually come up in 2 years? She's going to remember that.
Oh no. Okay. Maybe it's better. All right. So you felt like she was just not being reasonable at all, and it felt like no matter what you came up with. Yeah.
I even went, oh my God, I hate you when you don't I mean, no, you are not really.
Yeah. But you felt like your life was being ruined, and you felt like it was unfair that you didn't get to do this thing with your friends, and you would miss out. Your friends would get close. You didn't experience that, and all because you got diabetes. Yeah. What else? Other real moms, fake daughters? Anyone have anything surprising to come out of it? Yeah?
My daughter really wanted to know what else to do. On my favorite game, and I decided to call all my friends and talk to them for an hour without saying.
So you were distracted yourself, and this was like really important to her, and you weren't paying attention to how important it was. Yeah.
For me, in real life, when situations have come up like this, where I haven't had parents parenting me or telling me no, but I might go on a camping trip, and there was one time where I brought a bunch of stuff for Lowe's, but it wasn't enough, so near the end of the trip, I just had to deal with this flow and get to somewhere with food, and I just had to I didn't pass out. And so what that taught me, it was scary like abusing my independence, but it taught me to always in the future like know the consequences. So sometimes like not protecting them completely can like give them a taste of the real life consequences rather than just like a mom telling you no or grounding you or something from the beginning. Like if you get this is why my mom wants me to drink stuff because I'm going to go low and it's just really scary. So I think some of the biggest learning experiences in my life have been when I've had too much independence and gotten into a sticky situation and had to get myself out of it. And then it's reminding me for my future that, okay, I need to bring like low snacks or whatever the mistake was. So
and that's a really, really good point. And it's so much easier, moms, for you guys to hear that when it's not like what feels like life or death situation. And when it feels like a life or death situation, then it feels like you can override anything. However, we know that going through these experiences are the most powerful lessons that you can learn in how to take care of yourself, how to be resilient, how to problem solve. And you're not going to be able to do that if your big moms are restricting you so much that you don't even get to think through the solution. So I love that some of the fake daughters, fake moms, I'm so confused now, came up with a really good solution that both proved that they were thinking through all of the problems that might come up and proving and showing that they can manage it and handle it.
Karen taught me one thing in this, which is just dawned on me. She let me go, but only if I, as a child, educated the other parents. So normally I would say to her, I'll go talk to the other parents, but she always let me tell the other parents and teach them, and then I'll be
Absolutely, and that's a really empowering thing that there are going to be situations in life that come up that you're not going to be able to protect your daughters. I mean, that's scary, but it's true. Later on in life, they're going to have to learn how to educate people around them. They're going to have to show their partners what glucagon is and how to use that. And so what I say always is in this time, this stage and age, sharing the responsibility and making sure that it's done in a way that is meeting everybody's needs is super important. So absolutely allowing her to do that and listening in and making sure that it was all covered. Right? Yeah.
Another thing I forgot to mention, and I'm always like the teen advocate, like so many teenagers, but something that can be really harmful to our mindset is like saying no to this trip and giving them the idea that because of diabetes they can't do anything with their mind too. Like it makes this trip a lot more difficult because they have to think through a lot of things. But like you could try as hard as you can to never tell your child like you can't do this because of diabetes.
Because then it starts to feel like diabetes is a limiting thing in your life, like that you can't be normal because you have diabetes, that you can't enjoy these experiences, that you can't climb Mount Shasta, that you know, all of these things then feel very limiting. Whereas you want empowerment. You want this, okay, you have to recognize you have diabetes and show me how you're going to address that in these situations to make sure you're safe and enjoying yourself. I think this is the last one to the moms.
You really like Nate. He's never even spoken to you, and today's the first time he sits down right next to you at lunch. You're just about to check your blood sugar and take your insulin. You look at your food, and everything you have contains lots of carbs, no free foods here, but you are absolutely starving. You're pretty sure if you get up to go anywhere, you'll miss the opportunity to talk to Nate. What do you do?
Another mom, girl in Nate's first date in the lunchroom in this first conversation. It was pretty bad. They kissed. All right. Other daughters. How did your mom how did your pretend daughters seem? What did they kind of give off? Yeah.
Well, since she was playing me, she was awesome.
Well, apparently, although I guess I should have said I didn't want them to play you per se, just a team.
Well,
But,
she
okay.
played me.
So how did she do?
She did awesome.
What did she do?
She told them that she has diabetes, and so there was nothing she could do about it. And I said that I was allergic to diabetes, and she told me to go away.
Nice. So Nate was no longer an interest after this conversation.
No.
Okay.
Rather not.
Anyone not feel awesome or like it was super easy? Everyone felt like it was super easy?
Yeah.
Something that they were comfortable with? Yeah.
Well, she tried to explain what it was, but she did it in a way that, like, I don't know. I knew what it was, but she explained it in a way that kind of made it. If I had been I wouldn't have understood what she was saying, and nodded politely, and I'm like, what do you think? Big word, pancreas, insulin, rather than saying like what it does or what its purpose is. It was more like something bad happened with this big word, and then because of that, I have blood come out of my finger, then I put in this other big word, and then this big screen, and then big word on the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. So so as Nate, sounds like you felt a little awkward and kind of you didn't understand what was happening, or why this person was saying big words to you, or what they were about. Yeah.
I was acting as Nate, and Mom was acting as me, and she was explaining, and she said, like, the pancreas secretes insulin, and I was like, what's pancreas? What's secretes? Because, like, you have to really dumb it down. Half the time you're like, there's this thing called the pancreas, and it keeps me alive, and I don't have it, basically.
And then Nate's like, do I have a pancreas? Yeah, okay, so mom, real mom, fake daughters, what was that like for you? Yeah.
Well, I couldn't get Nate to engage in conversation. That's really frustrating.
What? A teenage boy wouldn't engage in conversation with you?
Don't take it out. I'm like, you have any questions, right?
Nate had no questions? What was Nate doing? Was Nate texting?
Well, that's how people I talk to act.
That's how
they don't really care.
So how did it feel for you that you were trying to share something with someone that you maybe might be interested in and they were not engaging with you at all?
At first, it was sort of like, oh, okay, I guess he doesn't care. That's good. But then it felt like, wait a minute, it doesn't feel right. It's like, I know you don't know what this is. And so then I felt like it was more ignoring something that part of me.
Important and part of it. So maybe it's almost like rejecting you. Like you and the stuff that you live with aren't important enough to put your cell phone down and listen to me. Yeah. And it sounds like you took a huge leap of faith, bringing it up in the first place, and then to be received like that, where it wasn't even something that they'd stop and pay attention to.
I wasn't trying to hide it.
Yeah.
But that still didn't get any.
Yeah. Other? Yeah.
I was putting myself in the shoes of, like, a 13-year-old girl, and I was like, well, maybe the carbs on my plate aren't that big of a deal, and I don't feel high, I don't feel low, I feel okay. I'll just get through this conversation, and then I'll go deal with it after my food.
Absolutely. And so I'm so glad that you brought that up.
Because I feel like that's a real scenario, even though she didn't agree.
Yeah.
She told me, no, Mom, you can't make that choice.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's probably the choice that, like, I would make.
And that's the choice a lot of people do make. And then you go to your endo appointment and they're like, look at this number right here. What were you doing right here? And you're thinking, I'm stuck in the Nate. that is a real choice that people make. Yeah. All right, other moms?
I think I was acting on her. For her, I don't think she's able to explain it, to educate Nate. I think, she would probably tell him to Google it, and then say, have a nice day, and move the tray away, and admire him in the corner, and then eat her carbs.
So
she's too shy, I think.
All right. So were you feeling shy?
I don't know. I'm not diabetic. So if that was me, I probably, you know, you like this boy, and then at the same time you have to you're trying to process all these things, and I think what we probably, my tongue would be tied, not knowing what to say, because you have a couple things going on. So
you might feel
I might
nervous.
Nervous, and probably if, you know, for her to walk away, she probably be really mad. I should have said that to him.
And so all the things that are going through your head, just as a teen girl trying to be bold and talk to this kid that you like, are still going on. And on top of that, you're thinking, gosh, what are they going to think about my diabetes? Or do they know anything about it? Or do they not? Or are they going to think I'm weird? Or, you know, so you're thinking it's a layer on top of a layer. So you would probably feel nervous. I mean, some of you guys wouldn't, and that's awesome. But a lot of you probably would. Yeah.
I try not to disclose.
You tried not to disclose?
No, because I didn't even know that this guy, and I didn't even know he was interested in me. He was just sitting next to me. And I'm going to say, hey, I'm not there, so I was asking him to wash my plate while I go test myself in the bathroom. He didn't do it, so.
He wasn't being helpful?
Because I was like, could you make sure that no flies sit on my plate? And he's like, no, like, so I knew right then, I was like, this guy didn't go out.
So through the experience, you actually lost interest in Nate, because Nate was not actually engaging in the way that you
that's
were.
why I didn't want to disclose what I have. That's personal information I didn't want to share with him.
Yeah.
Especially he doesn't have, he just sat next to me, he's not interested in me or something. So I didn't want to tell him my life story, something very personal. I was just asking him to watch my plate, he wouldn't even do that, so I was like,
You were like, next. All right. Yeah, and so that's important too. Not everybody does want to say, like, here's my diabetes and you need to deal with it. Some people want to not say that, and that's absolutely okay too. So I promised that was the last one, but we actually do have another one. Yeah.
Okay, this one's for the girls. Your daughter has had a few moves at night in the last week, which can be worrisome. Moms lay down and pretend to be asleep. So this part. You set an alarm and you get up at 12 a.m. to go check her blood sugar. When you walk in the room, and both when you realize she's having a severe low blood sugar. Find the glucagon kit, follow all the directions, find a phone, and call 911. But
Pretend, please. As if we're going to call 911.
Don't use this, I mean, find a glucagon kit, but,
Oh my gosh!
What was that experience like for you? Yeah. You didn't like it? What was it like for you? It was really nerve-wracking. Yeah, it's really nerve-wracking. It's really intense. What else? Pretend moms. Yeah.
Well, I couldn't find the glucagon, so.
You didn't know where the glucagon was, and then you realized that you didn't have glucagon, so you started to panic. I saw you run around the room. Yeah.
I gave her my glucagon.
You let her borrow your
And
awesome neighbor.
also, I tried to stab my daughter in the jugular.
You tried to stab your daughter in the jugular, and she tried to stab her mom in the bone.